I want to address a matter that, for reasons that I'm not entirely privy to, is somehow a controversial or thorny issue, and that is the topic of the character creator. I have been somewhat dissatisfied with the character creator for quite some time, and believe it or not, I'm not the only individual out there. And I also realize that Larian obviously needs to deal with the totality of the game, and probably cannot get too weighed down with any one singular issue. That is totally normal, and I totally get it as well. However, I do think there are some improvements that can be made to character creation on a number of fronts. Some of the issues that are recurrent are issues that would largely be fixed with things that are probably not going to happen, which is to say, body sliders and face sliders. With both body sliders and face sliders, most of the complaints that people have been making could be stilled in the sense that you could simply adjust the facial issues you might have with characters and or the body issues. One very prominent complaint, for example, is the barbarian. That many of the barbarian characters, if you choose not to play a dwarf, because the dwarves look absolutely fantastic as barbarians, because they're stocky, short, powerful, etc., but if you play as a Githyanki barbarian, which is a decent enough race for that class if you think about it, they look like they're absolutely emaciated and that they've been in some sort of labor camp starving to death. And one could say similar things for other races. And so, of course, a body slider would solve that rather instantly. That said, I think one suggestion people have made, and I am happy to make the suggestion as well because I agree with them, is that they could offer us different body types, just as they offer us different facial types and they offer us different hairstyles. I don't think that is out of the ordinary, because assuming you're playing a big, burly, muscular barbarian, you don't want him to look like a toothpick. That's one instance of this, of course. The other issue is in part born of a desire just to have more variety, and again, would be an issue fundamentally solved with sliders, but sliders are probably not going to happen because of the nature of the engine, as far as I've understood, and therefore the possibility of having more face morphs, or heads, if you will. Because right now there's a fairly limited variety. The aesthetics are, how should I put it, not in keeping with what people necessarily want in general, although I'm sure there are some people that are satisfied. But if you notice, a lot of the playthroughs online, including my own, we all make use of aesthetics mods to improve the appearance of the facial morphs we would otherwise be stuck with, and I'm trying to put it as politely as possible, but the fact that so many people, whether on YouTube or on the forums, make copious use of mods that improve the aesthetics of the faces available is very telling, and that's all I can say about that. And so having more variety in terms of the heads would be very, very beneficial indeed. That said, I am very curious what all of you think about the character creator, whether you're satisfied with it or not. I think overall it's pretty good, barring the things that I mentioned, and that could just be a personal preference on my part, as well as a personal preference on the parts of other people. And obviously that's just my opinion. All the more reason to ask you, dear subscribers and viewers, what you think. In any event, as always, thank you for tuning in. Please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, as it really helps out the channel, and I will check you out next time. Take care.